And it's hard to believe how delusional Daniel is. It's actually crazy.
How's it going, homies? Last time we talked about Nova Online, we ended up with the baby meatball shaving his face for the first time after Dollar Shave Club decided to troll the guy. But little did we know, that was the trigger. Nova Online is finally evolving from his baby form and transcending to Jupiter the hybrid status. He's finally becoming a man. Not a traditional one, but like when you consume pure Idaho fluoride mixed with a little My Pony for years. Now, like the cows before him, Nova has decided that he's gonna fight the trolls head on by joining their live chats where he gets roasted the entire time. But old Gabriel just ignores the drama and pushes through because he's on the hunt for content. He's not gonna be just some regular lolcow. Oh no, he's gonna be the lolcow that criticizes other lolcows. The man knows where he came from. And first up on his list is Daniel Larson. An insane amount of Daniel Larson phone calls have been dropping recently, and just like myself, Nova couldn't help but hop on to review the king of TikTok lolcows. But there's one big problem. Just like we saw in Kiwi and Smokey's Nova interview, the guy doesn't pay attention to anything. His attention span is gotta be like less than a second, like no doubt about it. He lets Daniel talk for like 14 minutes at a time, pops on, says like a sentence. This isn't TikTok, Nova. You gotta put some thought into this. It takes more than a sentence or two to make a video.
What is good, y'all? It is Nova Kadri back at y'all. Finally! I believe I owe you guys an explanation of where Kiwi Core went all this time. So, I tried to record the episode about Joshua Block World of T-Shirts several times. However, Riverside, which is the program that I use to record Kiwi Core, likes to mess with me. So, I haven't been able to get the Joshua Block episode out yet. This is not about Joshua Block. This is about Daniel Larson. And today, we are going to be reviewing these phone calls. And also, here at Kiwi Core, we do not support or condone the actions of lolcows or members of Kiwi Farms, as this podcast is for passive observers only, and don't become an A-log, and all that, so, yeah. So, the fourth phone call from Daniel Larson and Clark. Daniel had attempted to call Clark twice on June 30th and at the end of August, but Clark missed both of those calls. But on September 7th, Daniel called Clark, and they had their first conversation in over 4 months. Let's go ahead and listen to this federal prison call.
Dang, Daniel, how you doing?
Absolutely terrible. So my lawyer, my public defender, okay, is with the public defender's office, okay? A federal public defender's office out of Denver, Colorado. And his name is Jared. He is saying I'm incompetent and I'm going to get transferred to a psychiatric facility.
I mean, I really don't understand either. I mean, has McDougal even tried to talk to you since then? Or McDougal?
No, he hasn't. And he also told me, he promised me that Grace and I would be having the wedding.
Daniel still cannot shut up about Grace Vanderwall. Holy shit. I mean, this is actually crazy. It's actually fucking nuts. Let's get back to the call.
He's promised me stuff now that is just not even happening.
This call is from a federal prison.
Why the hell was that in the middle of it? Like, this call is from a federal prison. Like, why did that have to be entered when we already knew that? I'm pretty sure Clark knew that too, so why did an automated voice have to say it was already from a federal prison?
Everything is always messing up on Nova. For a dude who has such a bad case of Zoomer brain, you'd think he'd have a slight clue about technology, but no, he's been on TikTok for over 2 years now, right? And he can barely use that, and the program he's using, I've never heard of it. So why doesn't he just do what everyone else does with common sense, use OBS? He's not doing anything special, homies. He could streamline this so easy, but I just think Nova is possibly the laziest cow we've ever seen. At least Chris Chan's room was organized to Chris's liking. It was a mess, but a controlled one, And even Cyraxx doesn't seem to have as much trouble getting through his room. Nova just doesn't take the time to do anything, and this is the same dude who will walk to the gym to record a video for 5 minutes. His priorities are just off, plain and simple. And you guys gotta appreciate, Nova is halfway aware that this could draw a lot of ire his way. He's trying to dunk on other cows, but he's like, be nice to them, I can criticize. I've walked in their shoes. Or really, we should just give Nova some time. He might be the one making these phone calls if he keeps playing with diapers. But he might avoid that fate. If he keeps giving stellar takes like the one he just gave on Daniel Larson. He might get out of the diaper den way quicker than I expected him. Did you guys hear him? Daniel is crazy. That's all he said. Like, no duh, Nova. What kind of reaction is that? Everyone knows Daniel Larson is an insane man.
They were trying to straight up accuse Bob and then lie to me just to get Bob arrested for sex crimes. Like, if you are going to continue to do that, there's going to be further issues. People were calling into the jail, apparently, like, to the actual, like, facility, sending threats to me. And so I was getting pretty much attacked for people calling in. And I'm like, guys, like, I'm famous. It's not my problem. Like, there's nothing.
Famous, Daniel? More like infamous. Like, you barely have any followers on TikTok. Like, Jesus, Daniel.
Inmates and COs keep coming up to me, like, joking around about Grace, saying, oh, I'm in contact with her now. I'm dating her.
Jeez.
And all that's doing is that's getting me angry. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, then they keep pushing back your trial.
And they keep pushing back my.
I think they're pushing back his trial because of his incompetency to stand trial, like with how mentally unstable Daniel can be. Just putting in my thoughts out there in the final minutes of this call. Let's finish it up.
I don't know why I'm not just out, you know, and they get me housing, you know, like wherever I'm supposed to go.
All right, and that is the end of that final call. So Clark has not heard from Daniel since this call. So maybe who knows? Someday we'll be able to hear from. We'll be able to maybe hear a call.
Guys, I don't want to talk about Daniel too much, but I missed this call. I figured I had plenty of time to watch it. Daniel was going to be gone for a fat minute, but it's so damn funny to hear that the CEOs are walking up to Daniel, telling him they're Grace's next man. And since Daniel's relationship with Grace is all delusions, those CEOs are basically cheating with Danny Boy's girl, so he's in there trying to throw down with inmates and correctional officers for the love of Grace, and that's something novaonline will never be capable of. When him and Tofiachu finally street beef it out, and Tofiachu definitely comes out the winner, and they start their nice, loving family, I doubt Nova will ever have that much passion for her, like, at all. And did Nova just try to cook Daniel over his follower account? Nova can walk everywhere, and just a guy snaps a picture of him occasionally. Daniel was followed daily by countless weens. If Daniel wasn't such a health risk in so many ways, he could have probably couch surfed his way through homelessness like a true up-and-coming Hollywood star. But if Nova was homeless or had as many weens as Daniel did, he would implode in less than a week. They'd find him sleeping under the bread rack trying to do food reviews in the subway he got fired from. And in the next clip, Nova starts a little sippy call we covered in my last video, so I kept these parts brief. But I had to keep some in for context since Nova starts getting amped up, the kava finally kicks in. Just a small volume warning for you guys though, because like I said, Nova's really amped up now.
Okay, I just have to point this in there. Why does he have two Sonichu medallions? And it looks like they're not even the Geno versions. They're just like, they look like they're actually made by Chris themselves, which is actually crazy. Anyways, back to the little sippy first phone call.
So, you know, there's the old saying, you fake it till you make it. You just got to realize what makes you sound crazy and not say that and just fake it until you can be found competent, and then just, take a plea deal, and you've already sat for a long time, they'll probably just give you time served.
Right, and my big fear is I'm afraid that I'm going to have to plead guilty, because the thing is, if I plead guilty, then I don't think I can be with Grace.
Well,
and I think
why do you think that?
That's fucking delusional, Daniel! You're not gonna be with Grace! Holy shit, Daniel! You are delusional! Back to the phone call. Damn.
I'm still learning this, but one of the correction officers came up to me here at the jail and talked to me about how Donald Trump wanted me to be his vice president, because if he becomes...
There is no goddamn way he is actually that fucking delusional. Like, if Daniel Larson was vice president, I'd pack up my bags and move to Canada. But anyways, enough ranting. Let's get back to the phone call. This is going to be a doozy of a phone call.
Grace would say that, like, she couldn't verify because the label wouldn't let her. And then she was like, well, the label doesn't want me in contact, but I'm choosing to be in contact anyways because I love you. And she would also speak in an actual British accent, which
is she British?
She admits in one of her songs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I knew that because I was listening to her music long before I was even in jail, knowing things because she was leaking information in all of her songs.
Volume warning. Holy motherfucking shit! Daniel! Oh my! How delusional are you? Holy shit! Damn it! Back to the call! Damn it!
I can understand now why Nova's mom was so bent out of shape when it came to having subtitles on her TV. We can only imagine her life trying to get this baby Jupiter into motion as he ignores her sitting on his phone, and then all of a sudden he lets out this huge ear-shattering burst of noise and energy from out of nowhere, acts insane for 5 seconds, and then just reverts back into his own little world where Dr. Pepper is a 10 out of 10 and Tofi Chu is too. And that random screaming, guys, I lowered it for you guys twice over. But while I was just relaxing, trying to chill, have a drink, let this play in the background, when all of a sudden he just started shrieking. I've never disliked a cow so much. You can tell that Nova actually has nothing to say about what Daniel is doing. So when he feels like he hasn't talked in a while, I'm showing you guys 30-second snippets for context. Nova let these phone calls drone on and on for 15 minutes before he jump on and scream for a few seconds. Because I guess that's what he thinks commentators do? I don't know. But we're gonna need a little more creativity. 86 the French onion soup and bring in the galaxy gas streams. That'll change the mood up, Nova.
I don't always know a lot of information, so I have to investigate things myself. I have to make a lot of guesses, whether it's right or wrong.
But being vice president would get you out of jail, wouldn't it?
It would get me out of jail.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, I can't, I'm kind of in a situation where I'm kind of, finding out that almost everything was true. But anyways, time's almost up.
All right, and that's the end of the second phone call between Daniel Larson and Lil Sippy. I mean, it's actually crazy how he thought Grace Vanderwall's song was about him. No, it was not. That's actually crazy. He literally took a biblical story and made it all about him. That's actual blasphemy right there. But anyways, there is one more phone call between Daniel Larson and Lil Sippy that has been released. This hasn't even been out for 24 hours yet. Ooh, excuse me. And we are going to be playing this phone call. Enjoy.
Chief Keef and Lil Durk, and they just went on the Joe Rogan podcast and they basically said how much they want to collab with you. They want to do a collaboration, like an EP.
Lil Durk
Chief Keef. Yeah.
wanting a collaboration.
Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I used to have contact with them.
Really?
So that confirms things even more. That's crazy.
Well, they said they basically went on Joe Rogan and said they want to help you.
Out of all the things I think Nova has a decent amount of knowledge on, I'd actually be surprised to hear he graduated, to be honest with you, but I know Nova enjoys the church. It gives him a sense of community and a place where people will actually be nice to him, and that's sad, but he could change that with a little effort, but he just won't. When Daniel Larson says something blasphemous, you'd think that would actually get Nova talking, maybe offend him a little, make him give Daniel a 0 out of 10 at least, but no. He says even less than before. I think the only thing we can pick up from this is that Nova listens to Grace, and the last thing that girl needs is another TikTok lolcow becoming a fan of hers. We saw how it ended up last time. But that was the end of KiwiCore, and it was just awful. The worst thing I have ever heard, ever seen. I figured Nova made an apology on TikTok for how viciously horrible it was. But no, this is the first thing we see, a thirst trap from Nova. It wasn't added at anyone in particular. I think we all know it was aimed for Papa Chew's sweet baby girl.
Quick question. Why do I look so much better clean shaven? Ah, yes.
Whoa, this guy had major confidence.
Okay, so if you're in my Discord server, you know that I got a new CD for my collection. Metallica's first album. And you know what we do when we have a new CD or vinyl. We spin it. Or we play it. So we're going to be playing my brand new CD, Metallica, Kill 'Em All. Also, thank you for all the new followers coming from the boxing video. I really do appreciate all the support. I'm getting a much more respectable fan base than I did on my other account, and it means a lot to me. This caramel macchiato, I look like a fat ass. Okay, now I feel more secure about my weight. Anyways, this caramel macchiato was $4, made with a premium blend. Is it worth it? Let's find out. This coffee is from Sebastian's Coffee and Pastries in Coeur d'Alene. It's like a little hole-in-the-wall shop, but they make their own coffee blend, and I'm excited to try it out. Before we try it, I just wanted to explain what this is. This blend is called the 1114, and it has several different types of citrus notes in it. Let's try it out. Die Boja. Holy shit. Evans Brothers Coffee Roasters who? This is gas. This berry honey bagel. You guys can't see it yet. Open it up for y'all to see. Got right there. A half bagel was $6. Is it worth it? Let's find out. I got this half bagel from the Lakeside Bagel Shop in downtown Coeur d'Alene. I've also got to be really quiet right now. I've got some people inside. Should I do chest and triceps, back and biceps, or legs for my workout today? Well, I asked at a different variation. Choose between leg press, seated leg curls, or glutes. Leg press first. Choose between rock music or gaming music. Useless. I'll just say roll a 20-sided die. Odds is workout playlist and even gaming. Roll a 20-sided die. Looks like we're doing the workout playlist, the rock workout.
Man, I wish we could have got at least one video of Nova working at Subway. Of all places they would hire this dude. What was that hiring manager thinking? At least in other fast food places, you can throw him in the back and the people wouldn't know he's there. But you have to look right at Nova as he prepares your fine sandwiches. And the way Nova's personality is, I doubt he could focus long enough to be making them decent. I bet when the manager started getting calls about him, she was just looking for an excuse to let him go anyhow. And even if he was making decent sandwiches, you know, a true sandwich artist, when Nova was talking to those customers, it had to go bad at least 40 to 60% of the time. I doubt Nova had the mental awareness. If he was a D&D character, he'd probably draw a smooth 0 in that category. That people were talking about him or picking at him, but I guarantee you, Nova thought he was an all-star. You guys remember that French onion soup video? He has some passion behind the stove, and probably behind that whiteboard too. And we also gotta finally see that there is no passion in those gym videos. He literally goes in there and plays around long enough to feel justified to use their showers, or go back to McDonald's after he just did a food review that he shoved into his drafts.
Okay, so While Too High for Stupid is running, and the meme just got done of where Smokey and Kiwi told the chat to throw tomatoes and all sorts of vegetables at me. I'm going to review some apples I got from the farmer's market. And they still have Kmart bags from when Coeur d'Alene used to have a Kmart, which is now the at-home home decor superstore. So I got two kinds of apples. This is a Fuji apple. And then we've also got a Granny Smith apple. Farm fresh from the farmer's market. Let's go down. I can't eat apples without doing a Carlito segment. Let's do it. Fuji apple. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. This is only going to be an 18 plus video for now because this doesn't really apply to people under 18. But hey guys, if you're in the Spokane Valley, the Coeur d'Alene Circle area, I am looking for a new job. My email's in my description. If you're a manager at any place, just hit up ea5080797@gmail.com. I'm desperately looking for a new job. Or if you work at a place you know is hiring in those cities, let me fucking know. I am desperate for a job right now. Anyways, yeah, I'll hear from any of y'all soon.
Ah, look, you guys are helping out Nova. Without the support of this community, we'd have never got this dude to try raw fruit. And like a baby trying fruit for the first time, he found it more fun to play with than to actually eat. But it's a step in the right direction. I'd say by the time he's 26, he'll have his first baby carrot, and the rest of his prison sentence should go smoothly after that. But in the meantime, before that inevitable fate, Nova's asking you guys, since you helped him with the fruit, maybe you can get him another job. Now there's some consequences. Within 2 weeks, Nova will be fired, you'll look like an idiot. That's if he doesn't mess up so bad it costs both of you your job. You'll be subject to dealing with Nova because no doubt, after getting to know him for a day or two, the manager will stick him with a dummy who vouched for him. Like, this is your mess now. But yeah guys, if you want to help Nova out, hit him up. If there's a litter box that needs to be cleaned, sidewalks that need to be polished, call Nova. He's your man. He's got it. And he'll definitely give your store a 10 out of 10. And that's worth more than gold, people. But I guess that's enough from me today, homies. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe and follow the socials down below. And I'll catch you guys next time.